Dexter.
Hi, Nicole. Why are you calling me so early?
Early, it's 4 o'clock. I actually want to talk to you about a house that
Okay.
it's one of our listings, which I really appreciate and just absolutely love. And I don't understand why it hasn't been scooped up yet. 329 West 88th Street.
Right, right. Well, I think maybe this is the moment for it. It might be the moment for that house. I mean, we've always loved that house because it's got a big 20-foot handsome stoop and a triplex. I mean, that triplex, Nicole, who wouldn't want that triplex?
That triplex, it's absolutely, it does need some updating, but it is one of the most grand feeling spaces, especially that parlor floor. Other than a few updates here and there, you can leave it as is, configured as is. You have almost 12-foot ceilings. You have a huge entertaining space that flows from the kitchen, which is actually in the parlor front. And the entertaining space can flow all the way into the back where you actually have an extension. And off the extension, there is a terrace with steps down to the garden. I wouldn't touch a thing there as far as reconfiguring. And you have about, including the cellar, about 3,000 square feet of living space. It's, the garden level, I would reconfigure it slightly to add a bedroom or two, but other than that, it's ready to go. And it just feels so bright and airy and everything that most buyers are looking for.
Well, you mentioned the 3,000 square feet and the configuration. The parlor, and I'm emphasizing it too here, it never got ruined. Very often in these townhouses over the last, since they were built in 1911 or whenever they were built, have the parlor floor, it doesn't have that original wonderful feel and tall ceilings and grandness that goes with the grand stoop. So this house still has that. And that's, you just walk in and you feel good. So a family can live there, have bedrooms on the garden level, and then have recreation rooms and whatever in the level below. 3,000 square feet, plus you've got that much more house on top in the three other floors.
And I will like to point out that you are on one of the prettiest blocks in the 80s, Riverside blocks. It is townhouses on either side of the street. It's in a beautiful row of brownstones with stoops. It's just, it's a great building, and I think it's priced really well considering, I would say in 2014, 2015, those houses were selling for over $6 million.
Okay, so let's talk about what is a negative and a positive about this house. The negative is that rent-regulated tenant, and that's why you're buying it for $1 million, $2 million less than you would for another house. Correct. So that's the positive. So it's a negative and a positive. It's a negative to have that tenant. It's a positive because you're buying and you're in a great location for that price.
Right. And I would like to point out that the regulated tenant is paying, well over $1,000. So it's not like you're not making any rent at all. And right. You do have 5 free market units that get top rents all the time. Right. The owner barely has vacancies.
Yeah. So, I mean, among the houses that we sell, this house it appealed to us when we first walked in, and it's been a pleasure sitting there with the owner when we sit there and have tea and crumpets with her. and it's I would when I own 2 townhouses already, but I would really love to own that townhouse.
Agreed. I always love walking into that parlor floor, always. And most feedback that I relay to the owner is that everyone loves her unit. Everyone loves the owner's unit. And it's just, I think we're going to be seeing a trend, especially post-COVID. We're going to be seeing a trend where people are going to start to buy buildings with owner's units and income above, and not necessarily to offset costs, but just to have those units for visiting family members, or kids coming home from college, or kids coming back from college and starting out their professional careers in the city and kind of, needing a place to live. So the flexibility that this building gives to a buyer, it's just invaluable.
And you mentioned COVID. It's been a thing everybody loves to complain about, of being in the same house with their relatives 24/7. But some people are saying, I kind of like being around them, being around the grandkids, being around the other families. And I was on the phone with a buyer yesterday, and they want to have some sort of a shared situation. So I think that this house, maybe the moment has arrived for this house.
I think it has. I think it's, the water has reached its own level in regards to pricing. I think now is a incredible opportunity here. And 88th Street is a house that you could purchase now, and the value will just keep growing.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. All right. Well, thank you for your early morning call.
I will never call you this early again. I know. All right.
Hello, Nicole. Why are you calling me so early?
Well, wait, okay. We have to start. All right.
Hello, Nicole. Why are you calling me so early?
It's 4:00, Dexter.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, I want to talk to you. I can't. Okay. Well, let's just stop for a second.